Well, hello there. I have a quick question for you. How would $7,500 change your business right now? If you had that cash infusion, or if you had a grant maybe to invest in your business, what would you use it on? Well, that's a really good question. And if you're a US based jewelry designer, I hope that you're watching this because I have some special guests today. Welcome to Hillary Halstead Scott and Robin Kramer. Thanks for being here, ladies.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I wanted to come on here because every single year we partner with Halstead to talk about the grant competition that they host every year, where they're working with emerging designers who design in sterling silver and who have been in business for about 5 years or less, and they host this grant competition to help support you in their business. So I wanted to come in here and talk about it today because they are in a last call, they are in a last call for submission. And Robin is one of the guest hosts this year. So Hillary, do you want to talk a little bit more about this grant competition and what it means and how long you've been doing it?
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thanks for the great intro. I think you hit a lot of the highlights. This is a startup grant for emerging artists working in silver, and our deadline is August 1st every year. So you can do a quick Google search for the Halstead Grant, and that'll take you right to the program website where you can download an application. It has all of the questions and links to resources that you might need as you kind of go through this whole process. And we just love this program at Halstead. It's our 16th year of offering the Halstead Grant, and it's a special program for us. We love supporting emerging artists, helping them get started on the right foot. And about 6 years ago, we started bringing in a guest judge every year. And this year, our guest judge is the fabulous Robin Kramer. And we are so excited to work with Robin on the judging committee this year. So Robin, what do you think? Are you ready?
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I'm so ready. I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to read the applications because I've been blown away by who has won in the past, and it's been such an important part for the designers, even in our community at Flourish and Thrive.
Yes.
And to see the exposure and the just to see the designers who do win or who do make top 5 or top 10 and see how their business has changed dramatically. And it's so exciting. So I cannot wait.
Robin, we all can't wait. And I'm so excited because Robin's going to share with us some of the designers from Flourish and Thrive who've actually won. Before we kind of go into that, first and foremost, if you're watching this video, type your name and your business in the comments so that we know who is here and who we're talking to. But I have a question for Hillary really quickly. Can you tell us what to expect when they download the application? What are some of the things? Did Hillary just go away? Okay, so maybe Hillary will come back and we'll talk to her when she comes back. So I'm going to actually segue this to Robin.
All right.
Robin, tell us a little bit more about why you are so excited for this grant this year, and tell me a little bit more about let's talk about some of the designers in our community that have won this grant in the past.
Well, she's back. Woo!
We're coming back. I segued to Robin, so Robin's going to talk about some of the designers who won this, and then I'm going to circle back to you, Hillary.
You got it.
I want to mention a couple of things too, is that one really important thing, first of all, the grant itself is such an incredible tool to use as your business. It maps out a business plan for you. If you don't have one, you should have one. So I encourage everyone to download, whether or not you qualify. I think it's really an incredible just exercise in one's business. So that first and foremost. And secondly, you can apply to the grant 3 years. And so we have had the grant has been won by people who have applied once, twice, even 3 times. So I encourage you all to, if you think, oh my gosh, I applied already, I'm not going to apply again. So as long as you're in 5 years or less in business, that you are absolutely encouraged to apply a second or third time. So we have had over 9 designers in our community.
So great.
Who have actually either gotten a top 10, top 5, or even won. So a couple of them, let's see, Kristen Baird, she actually applied twice. won on her second time. She was the 2017 winner. Vanessa Arthur, who has VLM Jewelry, she actually was a top 10 in 2017 and a top 5 in 2018. Stephanie Howell Studios, she was a top 5 winner. Oh my gosh, Christine Bates was a top 10 winner in 2019. We have Olivia she was a 2016 top 5 winner, and Heather Ng was a top 10 in 2016. So, oh my gosh, the list is, I could read more and more. It shows you how this grant has been going on since 2006, you guys, and so many designers have benefited from it. And I also want to give a shout out to Hillary specifically, because Hillary is the one who initiated this grant. She is the one, when she came back to Prescott you want to talk the story of, like, you came back and this is a family business for you. Mm-hmm. And I would love to hear, like, your initiating this grant has been so instrumental in so many lives and such a big part of Halstead.
Oh, well, thanks. That means a lot to me. It's a passion project for all of us here at Halstead. The entire team here at Halstead is really supportive of the grant and all of the participants. It just fills all of our hearts every single year. So this came about because I came back to the family business after getting my MBA and a master's in international management. And then I was out in the corporate world for a while before I came back. And when I came back, I was really struck by, my parents and just their devotion to clients and all of the stories they had about jewelers they'd worked with for so many years. But also some of the really sad stories about jewelers who had to kind of give up their career dreams out of frustration and lack of access to business skills or small business capital, or a lot of those kinds of support services around running a small business and entrepreneurial enterprise is really difficult. And when the grant program began 16 years ago, there were far fewer resources like Flourish and Thrive available to the community. So what you guys are doing is a tremendous service that's making all of this knowledge more available to designers, right? So we were looking to kind of further that same effort, right? To incentivize designers to seek out business knowledge, make it worth their while to take the time to write a business plan. So I kind of married my experiences with business plan competitions in grad school in the business world with the artist community. And we were brainstorming ways to kind of bring those things together, unite those different skill sets. And this was the program that we developed. And it's changed a lot over the years, but we're really proud of the outcomes and all of the inspirational leaders who, you just named many of them. These become mentors and just people for all of us to watch and aspire to follow, right? So I think a lot of positive ripples have come out of the program over the years. And we're excited to see it through and continue dedicating all of our efforts to this program.
I love that. And so I'm going to ask you a question real quick, but if you would like to learn more about applying for the Halstead Grant, head on over to grant.halsteadbead.com. I also have this posted in the comments. I can't pin it on my phone. We don't have behind the scenes support today, but if you scroll through the comments on Facebook, whichever channel that you're, or YouTube, whichever channel you're looking at, or you just check out the caption, there's a link right there where you can go and apply. So what I wanted to ask the people watching today is, if you were to win the grant, what would you use the money for? Would you use it for marketing? Would you invest in new collections? Would you hire a team member or support? What would you use the money for? So you can just post that in the comments below. But Hillary, when people go and download the application, what should they expect?
So expect to put some time into this. That's the number one thing we want to warn people. And if you haven't started yet, it is not too late. But I would, plan to put a lot of time into it in the, 9 days we have before the deadline. This is not a small project. It requires a lot of research and a lot of thought and just kind of contemplation about where you are now and where you want to be in the future with your business. So that's the number one thing. It's a list of questions that we want you to explore in your application. And we want to see, your online presence, your collection, your plans, and some basic numbers about your business. So those are all some things that you should be ready to dive into. And hopefully that excites you, right?
Yes,
it should, right?
Yes. And Robin, real quickly, what are you most excited about being a guest judge this year? I know I kind of asked you that earlier, but for people just coming in.
Well, first of all, it's an honor. I have had the pleasure of knowing, we have had the pleasure of knowing Hillary for a while now, and I have not been to Halstead headquarters, and I'm super excited to go. We were both part of their summit that happened this year, and that was really exciting, and it got I got to kind of get to know a few of the folks at Halstead a little bit better. And so I'm just excited to meet this amazing team. I mean, it's a family, and to be able to be there and to see how the magic happens.
How the magic happens. So we got some answers to that question. Carla's saying she would use it for definitely for more marketing and more silver. Ashley's saying for tools and marketing. And Carrie gave the right answer. No, I'm just joking, but she'd sign up for Flourish and Thrive programs and silversmith classes to expand her skill set. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Okay, we are going to wrap this live up. Now, remember, you have to have your application postmarked by August 1st to be eligible. So I'd really encourage you to head on over to grant.halsteadbead.com right now, or as soon as you watch this video, download the application and look at the eligibility rules. Even if you may or may not be eligible, even if you're not eligible, I would highly recommend that you just download this application anyway, because it's going to help you really think through what you're doing as a business owner, and as Hillary said, inspire a lot of thought. Hillary, one more time, would you like to run through the qualification requirements just for people right now?
Sure. So this is an award for emerging designers in the US. Our definition of an emerging designer is that you should have started selling your jewelry within the last 5 years. I know those definitions vary. If you have any questions about that particular requirement, shoot us an email. You need to have a collection in sterling silver, and you need to be planning to sell your work nationally as a professional full-time jeweler. So even if you aren't full-time now, that should be your kind of career plan. And that's kind of it. You don't have to have a degree. You can be self-taught. You can be a second career reboot person who came into jewelry later in life. All of that is okay. We welcome all different kinds of designers. So we encourage you to take a look, and hopefully we'll see your application in a couple of weeks.
Awesome. Well, Hillary and Robin, thank you so much for being here. Once again, head on over to grant.halstead.com. I'm also going to drop the link one more time in the comments below. So if you're watching on YouTube or somewhere else on Facebook, you should be able to see the link. Make sure that you apply today, or download the application today as soon as possible, because you need to have it postmarked and completed by August 1st. And if you missed any of this and you'd like to see the whole conversation, we're heading on over to Instagram right now to do this again. So thank you, ladies, for being here, and I'll see you in a minute on Instagram.
All right.
Okay. Bye. Thanks, Tracy.